All right, guys, we are here. We're testing this out. Our first interview here with a former client, current client, whatever you want to call it, that's been negatively impacted by Ecomm Partnerships LLC, those scumbags. And you guys out there either going to like how I speak about them or it's going to be offensive. If it's offensive to you, then go someplace else because there's a lot of people that are pissed off about what happened because these fuckers took money. And in my opinion, in my view, they're thieves, and I have a lot of evidence to back that up. But again, this is my opinion. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty, so keep it like that. So Mr. X is on the phone. He had a negative experience, and how are you, sir?
Hey, thank you for getting me this opportunity to be over here and talking on this channel. And first of all, thank you, like for taking your time. I mean, the busy time, the time that we don't have to get this group started, man. That was tremendous amount of energy and tremendous amount of act from you because what happened was I got as soon as I found out that I got kicked out from Moxo.
Mm-hmm.
I was stunned, right? So that was the whole deal right there. I was in my gym in the morning, and it was last week when I asked Ecom to set up a meeting
Mm-hmm.
because with all this fiasco going around, I wanted to get in touch with them and then figure out a plan. And there was this guy called Tanvir, right? Tanvir,
Okay.
and I know, man, that guy is from Pakistan,
Did you
and
say
he
is it Tanvir? Did you say Tanvir?
yes, Tanvir,
Okay.
Tanvir. I
Yeah,
know,
I
and
real quick. I remember for everybody out there listening. I mean, I'm sure you know who this guy is. I experienced that guy. If it's the same one you're talking about, it's the guy that's the eBay manager, right? Is that the same
yes,
guy?
yes, he
Okay.
says eBay
He,
manager.
yeah, he got my damn eBay account locked up, and oh god, I wanted to like choke him out through the computer. But anyway, go ahead.
Yep, yep. Same thing over here too. Like he actually opened the eBay account from like outside US, and then the eBay account got banned.
Yeah,
Then
same thing
basically
happened to
he
me.
he he actually wanted me to open the eBay account over here virtually through a virtual machine, and it was a big fiasco over here.
Oh wow.
Anyways, he was trying to set up a meeting with Donny. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna see the Donny schedule. He almost took like two weeks, and then nothing. So this Monday I was in the gym and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me turn on Moxo and see if I can have a meeting set up. And then
Okay.
as soon as I clicked on Moxo app, man, I was out.
Yeah, so that's where you're okay. So that let's backtrack a bit. So that's where you are now. We'll get to that. That's good information. Though you kind of set the stage of where you're at. That's perfect. But
Right, right. No, no, no.
before we get into that, like let's start at the beginning. Walk me through when you first signed up. What were you told initially? Like the intro. Who did you
Yeah,
meet, and where did it start? And then let's get into the onboarding.
yeah.
Maybe talk about like, what kind of products they promised and any kind of guarantees, like stuff like that. Then we can get into the nuts and bolts of like, okay,
Right.
here's really what was going on for the last 6 months, 8 months, year, up until the end. And real quick, it's kind of funny you said before you start that. I'm gonna I'm doing some reconnaissance on Donny Doquisa, whatever the hell his name is. My wife she's always on Instagram. She did look this guy up, and obviously I did a video. He's got multiple Instagram accounts, and he's always, you see these pictures. He's always living the lifestyle. He's leaning on Porsches. He's driving Maseratis. He's always in some Southeast Asia, in the Philippines, in Thailand. He's in the, he looks like he's living the lifestyle. And what I found out is he actually has a digital marketing company. And I got the name of it. I'm going to release the name of it. I'm going to reach out to that digital marketing company and be like, hey, you should know who's representing you. So this guy is like some sort of a deal that he photographs. He does marketing for it's a food network. It's some kind of food thing out there. And he goes
Wow.
all out there and they pay him. And that's how he's, living in all these hotels and he's taking these pictures. So, and my first instinct with that is like, wow, how much of your money, how much of my money is basically funding that shit? from Ecomm Partnerships. So I can't obviously verify it, but it did cross the back of my mind. So it's just a food for thought. It's just a funny note. I got some intel on him. So anyway, for whatever that's worth. So tell me walk me through the beginning. Like,
yes. So
how'd you get involved with these guys?
right. No, I will. So the reason I just brought Moxo was, and then at that time I went back home, and then the first thing I did was Googled, Google
Yeah. I
e-commerce,
told my
and
wife that.
that's where I found you.
Yep.
That's what I found. That's how I was able to connect you with you.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to open up first.
I told my wife that. I go, you watch. Now this website shut down, Moxo shut down. People are gonna get. You did exactly what I thought. People are gonna start googling this, and then they're gonna stumble across me like in my millions of videos shitting on them, and then like, oh, there's the Facebook group. So yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's how we are. Yep, we got connected. Just wanted to connect that dot real quick. But no, man, this got started maybe a year and a half ago, around I would say April, May, 2024. And again, like these were the pop-up, like targeted ads, right? At that time.
Yeah.
So that's where like all of us got victimed at.
Was it on Facebook? Ads on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook or some other ads. But like the thing is, once you click on one of those ads, it's gonna come up all the time, and it's like stupid thing ever invented. It still comes to this day. It still comes to my to my account. Anyways, so yeah, at that time I was like, that's a good opportunity. Let's look into it. And then we got touch with one of the sales guy, and then he did a nice pitch, and we did our own due diligence, right? So we literally asked for their finances. We asked for a lot of their stuff. We asked for references too. Like we are like, hey, give us some references. Give us your client number so we can call them. None of those. None of those was given, man. Nothing was given.
I had the same situation. I pressed Irwin because the funny part. Just to backtrack real quick, what you just said, you had some hired sales guy pitch you and everything. See, I did it. I directly was involved with Irwin. He handled me the whole process. So I was talking to him for a good 6 months to 8 months, and same thing that you said. You asked for some clients' numbers, and nope, I didn't get any of that. And unfortunately, like I told you before, I made the mistake. Like sometimes I'm like, well, I'm gonna just listen to my instinct, or I'm gonna just go through with this or not. So I own that. I decided to go through with it with limited due diligence. So yeah, it does kind of go back what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. No, we actually did it. Did a lot of due diligence. Talk to Donny. Talk to like all these Irwin, and then the sales guy, everybody out there. And it was just that I don't know how they get it. Like I think these guys are like con artists, or they are like born that way, or they have something that they're a little bit above the normal people. You know what I mean? Like normal people think like, okay, man, we did all of our due diligence. We know this is good. This is good. This is legit. This is legit, right? But there is a small niche over there, man, where these guys are a little bit one step up, like ahead of you or something. You know what I mean? Like we cannot figure that out. We thought these guys were literally legit. You know what I mean? With the price tag, with the stuff like that, we are like, okay, if it was $1,000, $2,000, like the initial sign up, we'll be like, okay, man, these guys are fraud. They're just gonna take the money and run away. Like, I mean, like, who's gonna do this stuff for $1,000? You know what I mean, right? And then the price that they had was like so right there. You know what I mean? It's like these guys are okay. You know what I mean? Like they are asking that much of money means like they're gonna do something. And
what was your initial the onboarding, the buy-in, the initial, friend, like what did they call it? The fee, the onboarding fee and all that shit.
Yeah, the onboarding, the initial one-time fee, the like partnership fee. Yeah. So it was the same thing. Yeah, it was the same thing. What they were saying was like, 10,000 for 50-50. I think there was like 20,000 for 70.
You got a deal, man. You got a deal.
I know.
I ended up paying $25,000 for my initial fee.
Yeah, but I think yours were like 70-30, right?
Yeah, mine was a 70-30 split.
Yeah, like here's the deal though. We actually went a little bit conservative. We were like, I don't want to put that much money, like let's just
makes sense.
I am good with 50-50, man. I just want something to start up. You know what I mean? That was our mentality. Our mentality was, let me just start up something, right? Let me just start something. So
you wire, I use the term wire, but you did the bank same thing, wire bank transfer. So you basically you said you put that on a credit card, right?
Right. The first payment we put it on the credit card,
That's
right? The
smart.
first one was credit card because it was like,
Uh-huh.
hey, we are near the third term, the fourth term, they're gonna close it out because of this of all these holidays. Like we got to get going right now, right now, right now. There was a
Yeah,
certain
yeah, yeah.
urgency as well, right?
Mhm.
I mean, like
I
this
had the
video
same shit. Yep.
explained this so perfectly, man. I mean, now the way it has impacted my brain is like even if it's a legit business, I think it's a fraud business,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because my mind is
Yeah.
all gone because of these guys. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm. Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So we went
So you
small.
got started. You got
Yeah,
started,
we
and
went
then
small.
go ahead.
Right. The first thing the sales guy said was like, yeah, once you get onboarded, we're gonna show you all of our invoices. It'll be a lot of transparency and everything like that. Right.
That's the key. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna show you everything. Don't worry.
Don't
Trust
worry.
us.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you get onboarded, and then the first day it was like that kickoff meeting with Donny. Right. Donny goes
Yep.
with
I
all
had
the
that.
slide, and then he goes like all excited and all. We are all nervous over here. He's like all excited, right? It's like,
He's reading it. He's reading off his scripted call. Like,
yeah, he's
okay,
doing all
I'm
this.
going to talk to this guy one time, and he won't speak to me for another 8 months, and then Irwin will take over with his bullshit car salesman tactics. Oh yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Same thing, man. And after that, he's like, yeah, we're gonna communicate through Moxo. Like I'm like, oh shoot, there is no phone call. Like there is, and then like
no
the whole
email,
the
no
whole
calls.
communication is
Yep.
through Moxo, man. I'm like,
Yep.
okay,
And now you see why. Now you see why they wanted it through Moxo,
yeah,
because
it's
at any
done.
given time they can just not cut off communication. If somebody's pressing, they don't like you, boom, and then you have no evidence, no proof. If you're not, if you didn't unfortunately screenshot or copy the conversations and all the communications you had with them, that is important for everybody out there too. Like you just heard that. And I'm sure you guys know this, but I'm spelling it out. That right there is a breach of contract. When somebody just locks you out of all sources of communication, you have no way now to knowing where your money went, what was spent on what. Even if you went to court, a judge is going to view that in a positive light for you because they maliciously went in there and turned everybody. They turned the lights off.
Yeah,
It's
done.
nuts. It's nuts how they think that is going to help them with this. But my thing is, I think it was done by design. My opinion is, I think and I really do think a lot of these videos prompted them. I kind of egg this on a lot because I think they got scared, like the little bitches they are. And the thing is, though, if they had a problem with my videos, if they had a problem with my pushback and my reasoning behind, hey, this guy's defaming me, or he's saying a lot of things that are wrong, why would they turn off everybody if they're that scared? Why,
Exactly.
if they're doing something truthful, if they had a legit business where they could, like, no, we're not doing anything wrong, they wouldn't just, blanketly affect 50 to 100 people. That's the thing. And that's where that's huge. That's huge.
Right. So, and also not to mention, right, during this process, I'm going to get back to the story, but during
Yeah,
this
yeah.
process, what happened was at one point there were like 3 or 4 negative reviews out there for Ecomm Partners, right? And I was like, hey, Donny, guy, there is like some like negative reviews over here. All of a sudden, your BBB credit, like BBB
Yeah.
rating is down, and he says
Yeah.
like, no, those are our like competitors. Like they are trying to make us look bad. That's
Right.
what they
And
were.
then the positive ones were the
Yeah,
ones that his buddies they're fake, and he put them on there. Oh, Ecomm was great. I had a wonderful experience. My returns were exponential, and it's you can tell which
exactly.
fake ones are selling it.
Yeah. So they have all that tactics over there. Even if like 1 or 2
Yep.
people puts negative effect, they can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what they cannot or like did not or like couldn't get away with it was your videos, man. I think
Yeah, that's the thing. That they can't do shit about that.
right. I think I think
And
I think this one actually made a big dent on their business.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be lying to say if I like my situation. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'll let you continue. But my situation, I have my own situation pretty much covered. I'm almost at the point where I'm going to expand on that at another time. But what I'm doing right now is just to pay it forward. That's the reason why I started this channel. That's why I'm talking to you. If I can help anybody else, fuck these guys. And I can see I can see them shut down. If my goal is, like I told you, to have the FTC pick up and just, shut
Yeah.
their business down and open up an investigation. And if enough people do, and this is for everybody out there listening, and I'm going to get back to Mr. X. But the FTC, you guys need to make a paper trail, file your complaints, because there are other evidences of, there's another one's called Ecomm Partners Incorporated. They got picked up by the FTC, and it's the same shit that Donny and Irwin did, same company, not, just different people, similar complaints, everything. And enough people complained, and you can Google that. I think it's Ecomm Partners Incorporated. And they're the FTC actively is investigating. I think there's a lawsuit. They've been shut down. So what happens is everybody who's been affected, the FTC picks that up. That's not going to cost anybody anything, and they're going to investigate, and they're going to try to recover anything that's recoverable from the company, and they'll shut them down. So backstory on that. So go ahead, man. Finish up your. Sorry.
No, I think we all should do that. Even like affected, non-affected. We should do that. FTC file that up and then get those guys, man. Because it's a mental torture over here, for everybody.
Yeah. So you're in the middle of it. All right. So you paid the onboarding fee.
Yep, onboarding fee, and then
you got going with everything. So maybe shift. Okay. What did the following like 6 months look like after that?
Right. After that,
products and problems.
After that 6 months, within 6 months, we got some like good shit, bad shit, chicken shit.
I had that stuff, that seasoning crap.
Seasoning. Like after 6 months of hassle of back and forth, and then trying to see, like get all the things situated. We even paid like $5,000, $6,000 for that inventory of all those backup thing. We got that crap out there.
Did you put that up? Did you put those orders on a credit card, or did you
that
cash?
Yes, that one also I did put it in a credit card. Correct.
Good. Smart.
Because we weren't set up with our banking and all, so I had to use a credit card at that time. Mm-hmm. So those two were in the credit card.
Gotcha.
Now, then all that seasoning would happen over there. The invoice that they sent us was Ecomm Partnerships invoice. It wasn't the invoice that went to the distributor somewhere.
That's common.
There's no way of knowing how much that product actually cost.
Yes.
And we were like, oh shoot. And that did not bring any profit at all.
And then when you asked them about the invoicing, can I see the supplier invoicing? They use the whole, and all these companies do, this is how they create this fog and secrecy around it. It's a proprietary model. The invoicing protects our client. We don't reveal that. And that's part of the thing. We
cannot give our distributor name. We cannot give our proprietary name. They don't give anything like that.
Exactly. So they could have took that money and just, took their family to Bali for a month and then came back, or went to Disneyland with it. But you don't know, or they could have ordered legit products, but who knows?
Who knows, right? Yeah. As soon as you do that, the way we think is like, okay, man, if this product cost in our invoice $5, then you should have bought this for like $2. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like profited like $3 out of that, something like that. So that was then okay, that's fine. And after that, we were like, and at the end of the end of the year, our inventory went down.
2024, right? And it's 2024.
So towards January 2025, it took literally 4 or 5 months to just to get all the.
That's funny. I'm going to interject there on mine. That's the mirrors what I had to see. I went a little bit more riskier. I had the big Cock Ranch products. I had these stupid things called. They were paint sprayers. They were like $700 item. It was a bigger ticket item.
No, we had that one too. There was one of that too in our store. I'm like, this is the same model. How are they doing the same thing now?
Yeah.
And then what happened was one of the guy from Arizona, he bought our stuff that spray for $700, and we were like, oh, thank God, man, somebody bought it.
Yeah. He ordered like 20 of those for me. Half of them got returned. Because people were like,
ordered 20 of those for you?
Yeah, he ordered 20, so I got that. And then get this, all my others, he ordered these stupid pet vacuums. Like they were like, like fucking dog vacuums to like, suck up hair off a dog and stuff. I'm like, all right, whatever. I trust you guys are researching this crap. And it's like, this isn't stuff that's going to flip over, like, coffee pods or just household items. This is stuff that this is like niche oriented stuff. This isn't a good thing to start off a store with, right? So I'm like, all right. And then he bought this other thing. They were these camping water purifiers. Those didn't even make it. They got shipped to Amazon. Amazon gated them. And then they're like, all right, well, we're going to have to ship all of them. And I forget how many there were. I think there were probably 30 to 50 of those. And they got sent to the Ecomm warehouse in the foothills in California. So I was like, all right, what are we going to do with those? And then that led to the eBay thing. And then after the eBay thing went to shit, and then Tanvir got mine booted. Then they're like, oh, we're going to sell them on the Walmart platform. And of course, I never heard of anything, and I was out that. And then there was one more product. That was it. So like I said, it mirrors what you said. Nothing sold up until the end of the year. And I'm like, these motherfuckers. And then my blood started boiling. And then I had that call there. You guys, it's on my channel. That first call with Irwin. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it. It was like an hour-long call. I laid into that motherfucker. And he wouldn't offer any excuses, just backpedaling. I wanted to choke him out through the freaking screen, So yeah, I'm at the same point, end of 2024, nothing was selling. Go ahead.
And here's the deal though. Like as soon as 2025 hit, all of those products started selling for some reason. I think what happened is these guys are buying those products back. Right?
Interesting.
So think about it. So if these guys are buying the product back, and the guys us are thinking, oh man, our store's selling stuff. Like our store is low on inventory. We need to buy now, right?
Yeah.
And at that time, these guys are like, hey, okay, here is the new inventory. Like here is the new product, and then they are sending us all this, MOQ and all that stuff. And at first, it wasn't much. At first, they sent us 2 or 3 of them. Like here is also another thing that these con artists are very good at, I guess. Like they are sending small stuff, right? First are like 1 or like maybe 10% ROI or like 12% ROI.
Yeah, that's what they told me too.
Right. They send that, and then all of a sudden after a week, Donny comes over here with like 10 different products, man, and you see like 25% ROI, 30. I'm like, where did you got all this from? And then he says like, no, we got a new supplier over here.
Uh-huh. That leads me back to that. Oh yeah, the new supplier from when their website was up, they had this seasoned, bunch of suppliers that were vetted, and they had a deep supplier relationship, and all they did was basically bounce around from supplier to supplier, and they're just trying people out, and then who knows what happened. That's my take on it. But back to those why the products weren't selling initially. So Donny, I had to press this motherfucker on it. And he told me that unfortunately, a lot of the products, other sellers are selling them. And they basically, if you say you have a product that you listed for $15, if there's like 5 other people selling it for $12, $10, well, he told me, unfortunately, to get our margins back, we have to keep it what we listed it for, and we have to wait until all these other sellers sell through their products. And then who do you think's next? Your product at $15. So that's what would take long. And you may have seen like stagnant sales. And I'm thinking, all right, this is not what I'm looking for. I thought I don't want to price compete with like 30 other people fucking selling the same thing. So of course they're not going to sell. Of course, this isn't going to be a consistent lather, rinse, repeat, reorder thing, and you guys are selecting shitty products. That was my thing.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like, okay, so think about it. If somebody is selling at $10 and you are selling at $12, and if we are waiting for this $10 guy to sell all of his stuff so that our stuff comes up, he's not gonna be sold out. He's gonna go there and restock it.
Yeah.
Exactly. What even he to restock it, man? He can restock like if he sees his store doing good, he's gonna restock it. He's not be like, oh man, I'm gonna just let my store go dry so that somebody else can, pick up.
Exactly. We're not the ones that are supposed to figure this out. We go to Ecomm or these automation partners. This is what they're supposed to be doing. They get paid off of the profit on this. And like, I don't know anything about this, so you trust these bozos, know what they're doing, and they're being honest and they're being truthful. And I found anything but that in my experience.
Yeah. Yep. So literally like 1 year have passed by. There is nothing.
Wow,
Like
nothing.
yeah, there is nothing. And then
Shit.
like all of a sudden like this Donny guy comes over saying, hey, we got another supplier. This is a good supplier, and he sends us like 5 or 6 of these products with
Yep.
20% ROI, 30%
When
ROI.
was this? Like, I was that a batch? Like, remember we talked? I think it was like around Aprilish, 2025.
Yes.
Where they,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
okay.
That's it.
That,
Yep. Yep.
so go
Yep.
ahead, tell me about that. I know what you're gonna say. I'll just
Yeah, and
verify that
there was
after.
like muscle product, like muscle
Yep.
product.
Uh-huh.
There was
Same shit.
same shit, man. There was like facial product. There was like
Yeah.
hand lotion product. There was like bottles. There was we are like, oh, which
I
one to
got
choose? Which one to choose?
Cosequin, and I selected Cosequin and uh, Tim Hortons coffee pots because those stuff like okay, great. Now I'm all excited. And then the fucking FBI report, the bullshit FBI
Yes,
report. Okay,
exactly. That's it.
so tell me about that, your experience with that. So you ordered these, he threw all these products at you on another batch order, or he tried to, he's like, okay, we got the good supplier here, take a look, and you got to order it because we have other clients that whoever comes and gets to it
Same
first.
techniques, man. He's
Right?
like, you gotta put as soon as possible because we got other clients lined up over here and all. I'm
Sorry,
like,
some
yeah, at
bullshit.
that point I was like, shoot, I didn't think this is right, but
Right.
we already had made up our mind to buy 2 of the products, so we
Yeah.
paid for 2 at that time, and this time it was bank to bank wire transfer because we had everything set up
Damn it.
immediately.
Yeah, that was
So
the fatal mistake. I was like, damn, oh,
that's
this guy's
yeah,
awesome. Credit cards, okay. Well, unfortunately,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the bank to
Go
bank
ahead.
transfer. That was a big amount, man, because we went with 2 products.
Do you
Instead of
mind
one, we
sharing
went
how
with
much?
two
Do you mind
products.
sharing how much you laid out on that?
Yeah, I think it was like 20 to 25
Okay, yeah, so
25
that's a
grand
good chunk
over
of
there
change.
for two.
Yeah,
Yeah, two products. I mean, we are still
hey, both of us
playing
should
low.
have went to the casino and just played
Exactly.
freaking
Yeah,
slots machines. And I
exactly.
better fucking return on that. Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, and then there was all these. Donnie was active at that time. Like he's like every week, like even after we paid him,
yes,
every week
that's
is like,
true.
hey
He
man,
was active.
yeah, your product is on the line. Your product, we made the payment. Every week he was active. I'm like, oh wow, this is good, man. I think we're
Yeah,
getting in.
he's ramping us up. Yeah,
Ramping us up, and then like after a year, we were like, oh, not a year, after a month, we were like, okay, what's happening? What's happening? Where is our product? Is it in the store yet? He's like, anytime soon, anytime soon, anytime soon. But and then at the end, at Friday, this motherfucker, he posts stuff on Friday so that in the weekend it's off, people can lay off.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
He sends out a big ass email saying, unfortunately, regretfully, we have to say all that stuff. So there was a long.
I got the bearer. I remember what he said. Unfortunately, I have to be the bearer of bad news. And then he
Yes.
just dropped a pile of shit on me. And then I'm like, oh, I laid into him. I was like, I was really cursing out. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm gonna fucking sue you guys. And then he gives me his sales approach, and then I calmed down because I really was I was so pissed at that point. And I'm like, this is weird as shit, but I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, I don't even know if this is true. Maybe this is true. And then here's what I did. I'm like, send me all the proof. Send me that FBI report. Send me all of this proof. What do you have? How do I know this isn't legit? Because I said to him, I legitimately said to him at this point, I mean, there's a good possibility that you could be the sheep in wolf's clothing, and like you could be the one fucking stealing the money here. How would I know that? How do I know you're not telling? How do you know you're not lying to me? Oh, no, it's all truthful and this and that. So he sent me this doctor. It looked like it was fake. Because I called him out on it. He filled out this FBI IC3 Internet Crimes report, and he sent me a redacted version. And I noticed, like right on the first page, he put a wrong address for his LLC and his company. And I'm like, how could you make that error? So right away I was flagged. I thought it was fake, and just by and then I ended up calling the FBI, the woman there, and I said, look, I dealt with a company and they claimed that a supplier stole money, and this is the report I got, and this is my money. And then the woman looked at it and she said, well, looking at it, it looks legit, but she couldn't verify it because I wasn't the one. She couldn't give me any information because I wasn't the one that filed the report. So she's like, I'm sorry. this is his report. That's all we can do. But she's like, at first glance, it looks legit, but I don't know. And so I literally had to make a judgment there at that point, whether I believed this asshole, I believed it. And then you'll probably verify that too. I got this, okay, we don't have to do this, but we're going to give you a 10 grand credit. And then we're going to give you we're going to reorder a product. And they chose these trial sheets. And then basically it's on us, and we're just going to make that money back. And then once we get up to the 10,000, we're going to, call it even with that. And then we're going to move on, pivot to the next product.
Yeah.
That was my story.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. But for our case, it wasn't the $10 promise. It was like $10,000, like you said, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He gave 10,000 to you, but for us, it was literally like, I don't know, man, 2,500 or something.
Yeah. Whatever you put into it. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I put 10 grand in. So if you put 25, of course, you're going to get that credit. Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the same bits, like and then
so tell me about that. What was your experience with that shit?
So the way they started off the meeting was, we were like, okay, we got to get in the meeting, right? Of course. And then there's Donny and then Irwin over there. They started off like, hey, the distributor, for some reason, they send us the UPS tracker, and then we were following where the UPS is dropping this stuff, but it wasn't there, right? So we tracked the UPS. The UPS said, no, there is nothing over there. The product's not in the warehouse. We tried to contact the distributor, and that's when we know, like, we couldn't reach the distributor. And I'm like, okay. The first question to my mind was like, do you have insurance? You know what they said?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's fine. Do you have insurance?
I didn't ask him that. What did they say?
I was like, do you have insurance, man? You should have insurance, like, because
right,
all of a business, all of these kind of multi-million business running business should have.
What did he say to that?
No, we didn't have any insurance.
Oh my God, those motherfuckers! That's a good thing you mentioned that. That didn't even occur to me at the time because I was so hopped up on everything else. I'm like, yeah, you would have insurance. Yeah, of course they don't have insurance. Yeah,
exactly. And I'm like, oh my God, you are running like multi-million business over here, taking money from the people, and you didn't have any insurance. And then they're like, no, we didn't have any insurance. I don't even know if they know what insurance means. I don't know, man.
So the funny part to me is that, I pressed him on, all right, dude, so what is so fucking hard about providing breakdowns, like proper accounting with invoicing, itemized line item stuff? Here's what I spent. Here's what's left. Here's our, like that basic account. And this is what breached my contract. This is what they never provided. And I'm thinking, all right, if you motherfuckers are taking millions of dollars and you have 100 clients, you don't have enterprise software. You haven't like popped for that where you can like just get that situated. And Irwin's response, and you guys can hear it in my call with him, because it's on my YouTube channel. He's like, you know how hard that would be if we did that for every client. So we just can't do that. You know how much manpower. And I'm thinking, wow, are they doing shit like pen and paper? Are they using a fucking calculator? They don't have software that like you click up a button. You have everybody's invoices. You can just basically spit out reports. So that told me is they didn't even invest in any enterprise software, and that shit's expensive. That could cost a couple $100,000 to get that in place. Because I sold that crap already. I worked in that industry, so I was like, this is fucking bush league. So I'm like, this is why they're not producing anything, because they don't have the invoices.
Yeah.
So that's where I was at with that.
Yeah, and then they are still trying to get out of business, right? Like,
yeah,
they are still there trying to get more money from us. And then like this guy goes, I'm like crazy, man. This guy goes like, oh yeah, okay, so right now, if for some reason we just like, we could have taken your money and then we could have hosted you, but we are over here trying to work with you on this situation. We're gonna do everything that we can. And they acted as if like they are the victim, man.
Yeah, that's true. Master of manipulation. That's why I always said.
That's what the corner is. I'm like, this is the first time in my life, right? Like, I got conned by somebody, and then like I just feel like, oh shoot.
It's always they're not doing anything wrong. It's always as somebody else. They're always and then they're manipulating. And they always, and then when I asked them, well, dude, fucking invoicing, you didn't do this, you didn't do X, Y, Z, you didn't do 10, 15 things here. No. We never any fault. Never. Their thing is just deflect, don't answer the questions, and spin it and manipulate it like you're in the wrong, and we didn't do anything wrong. That's what I got from them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They were like, oh man, this distributor is the guy, we couldn't get hold of them. And I was like, okay, then when you get the distributor, what do you ask? And then he goes like, yeah, we asked for all this paper, we asked for all the, like all these, the 3 or 4 different kind of bureau papers, and the distributor supplied all the papers and it all looked legit. We actually confirmed it. Okay, then I said like, okay, if all these are legit, then where are they? And then the guy, I don't know, man, they vanished. I'm like, okay, did you do your due diligence? They said like, yes. Okay, then where are they? They're like, I don't know.
It's so fucking odd to me too. All right, I get it. In a normal situation, they want to protect their supplier relationship, and they say, well, we're not going to share the invoice. Okay, fine. You break your own invoice, and you guys can run it through your own breakdown and provide me that. But it gets to a point where it's just total bullshit, if they actually had to file an FBI, a criminal report on this supplier, what the fuck would they need to hide their information for? I could have made that public on the supplier. So that's odd that they didn't offer up like the identity of who this supplier is. There's no reason at that point to withhold the supplier invoicing, because these motherfuckers took your money, they took my money, and they just gave it to somebody else. And like, no, we can't. It's proprietary. It's against our policy. We're not going to release that. But trust us, we filed the report and it's real. That's where I'm like, okay, this is a bunch of bullshit.
Right. And then the second thing where I asked was like, okay, then you can cancel the payment, right? You should be able to cancel the payment. Go to the bank and cancel the payment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't even press them about that.
Like, what about that? Like, yeah, no, we cannot do that. Unfortunately, I think it got wire transfer, something like that. I'm like,
probably did. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, we can.
That's how they paid.
If we can cancel credit card, why didn't you pay with credit card? Right? Like,
yeah, they would have to have a huge credit line to fund like multiple clients like that. So I understand personally why.
Okay. Even if not that, then they could have been an escrow. You know what I mean? Like, they could have been middleman where. Okay, you receive the goods, and then you pay the goods because you already have the money from us.
And it was a third party controlling it until it's we got the product. That's an excellent point, dude. That is an excellent point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Okay, Donny. Let's just pause a minute here. I want to just give a shout out to Donny and Irwin, who are listening to this right now, because goddamn well they're going to be listening to this. Why didn't you use an escrow, you stupid assholes? Like, what? I mean, is this your first rodeo with business? So there it is. Of course, we're not going to hear back, but my whole thing is I hope Donny is popping a blood vessel right now, and I hope like Irwin is so mad he like punched a hole in his drywall at his house. So that's what but like think about that. How stupid can you be? You just wire people. So we wired them money. We're dumb. And then they wired fraudulent supplier money. I call bullshit on all of it, but it's an excellent point you brought up there. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's a common sense. Like if you are doing business, like use a third party or something to get stuff over here, man. And then the other thing I asked, like, okay, at least you went to meet them, right? At least you went to their warehouse. They're like, no. At least you saw their face. Like, they are like, no. I'm like, okay, so
it's probably some guy from Pakistan, like sitting in his underwear, like, no, we got your products, they're on their way. We have a warehouse here. I'm sitting in it, and it's probably some fucking dude from India or something sitting in his like fucking underwear,
Right, exactly. Yep, exactly. So there was no vetted done, I guess, even if it was true. And at that point, we were like, okay, so what can be done? And then he was like, yeah, we can work through this. Like we will,
I got the same.
We will buy some inventory for you, and then we will put our own money and our own time. I'm like, what time? Like they said, like they're gonna put their own time for free. I'm like, no, we paid you, man.
I know,
what is your time for free?
They're doing us a favor. They're doing us a favor.
Like all of a sudden, like we were like, oh shoot, man, they are doing us a favor. I'm like, I'm like, what the heck just happened? You know what I mean? Like
Donny Donny had a return quick from his multiple trips to the Philippines and Thailand, and he had to check out of his 5-star hotel, and he had to fly back, and God forbid he'd have to address a business issue. And Irwin was in the process of buying his third Porsche, and he's like, God damn it, now I gotta go. I gotta go attend to this. Everybody's starting to get pissed now. And, we gotta do real work.
Right, exactly. Man,
So,
yeah, I think they are laughing at us right now, but
yeah, I mean, literally, you gotta have a sense of humor at this point because this is unfucking believable what's going on. And you got into this. I know everybody else. I got into this with this is interesting. I want to be a business owner. I want to invest in this. I'm excited about this. Right, this is cool because. And I want to be clear here, this Amazon thing will work if you work with the right people. If this system, I think, will work, but there's a ton of fucking problems. It's so risky, and I would never touch this shit with a 10-foot pole ever again because it's so convoluted now, and there's so many layers to it, and there's so much to know.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your aftermath? So fast forward, you went through all that stuff. Recently, where are you at, and what prompted you to basically, okay, I think we're fucking done here. I think they did something wrong. Damn it. Now I got to look into how I'm going to recover my money,
Yeah. So after, no. So real quick, 1 minute. So after that,
okay.
They started putting some other products in our store, and then Amazon actually blocked it.
Oh, you got, geez, you got to get
We actually got to get it for three or four stuff. Now that took another like three months out, man. You know what I mean? There is
that never happened to me, but that sucks.
Yeah. So we got to get it for like 3 or 4 products that they cannot unget it, and then that took us off like 3-4 months. Now our Amazon store needs to go through another waiting process with the Amazon. Like our store got like inactive or like unhealthy. We got to make it healthy again. So that's another one, a couple of weeks over there of a headache, calling with these like Amazon guys because they will not do it because these guys are not doing it. We have to do it ourselves.
Oh my God! So what was their response when you told them about this issue, or they gave you?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we are looking into it, but then they don't do anything. Like we are in the mercy over here of them, and then like Amazon's gonna like make our store, like inactive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Amazon was sending email after email after email. I mean, I have to do something about my store. You know what I mean? Like, if it goes inactive, you know how much hassle is it to bring it back to active? They will not allow you to get it back to active. And at that point, you are done. Because at that point, the Ecomm guys will be like, "Yep, your account is inactive because like you did not do your due diligence. Done." Like
wait, did Donny and the other asshole tell you were to blame for that, or like
no, they weren't telling me for blame for that, but they could have said that. You know what I mean? They could have said, yeah, we couldn't do anything because this and this, and they could have come up with anything, man. If the Amazon store goes inactive, they could have come up with any lie, right? And
I believe it, man.
And then it's done. Like you are done.
Sounds so at
that time, I have to step up and like do all of this to put it active, and they actually thank me too, man. I have like a whole screenshot of that. You're like, oh, thank you for doing this, like I know and all. I'm like, okay, that's fine, man. Let's just put it in, right? And at the end, this is when we got that Dysol crap, So Dysol got
the what? The Dryal? What'd you say?
Yeah, the Dryal, correct. The Dryal, the Dryal.
Yeah,
Dryal got put in over there. Or like 250
laundry style. Yeah, it's the cleaner laundry or something.
The cleaner one. I
got. Yeah. So I got 300 of those. So you got the same stuff. So whatever, how many they told you, and then that was going to be applied to your credit. Like
exactly. That's it.
2,500 or $3,000 or whatever yours was. Mine was 10.
Yeah. Mine was like 250.
So how did that go?
No, I just lowered or matched the price today, man.
So you did. So okay.
Yeah, so I had to because I just I did remove them from my store, and then I had
good. I was gonna get into that.
Yeah, of course.
That's key. You gotta, because just think, even the returns are gonna have to, if the kickouts, damages, they're gonna you can either select it to get shipped to your place, their place, or just dispose of it, or they liquidate it to a third party seller on those pallets, and like it's for pennies on the dollar. But that's what I selected because I don't want to deal with any of this shit. I just want it gone. And the way I thought about it is like anything that you make now, even if you lowered the price, you think about it, it's just pure profit. And then whatever you make, you're going to just apply it to what, remaining debt that you can, make yourself whole again.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's the first thing.
After your initial conversation with you and all, like I just removed them from my store, and then I just lowered the price today.
That's what I did. And you'll see they're going to start selling because that's what I did, and it probably took me 2 weeks to sell through like 290 of them.
Right.
They were buying those up.
Yeah,
but right. The right price. And it has to be the right price.
Now, like as soon as I lowered that, and then I just checked it recently too. There were like a couple of other people that just lowered the same thing too, man.
Yeah, you got to keep. Unfortunately,
I think those guys are all from e-commerce too. You know what I mean?
Oh, hilarious! That's funny. I bet they are. Unfortunately oh man.
Everybody just
I wonder if that's fucking true. I wonder if you're just basically trying to outprice e-com people that got fucked over.
Yeah. Now all the e-com people are like over there with the
lowest. Oh my god! I hope it works. And if anybody's listening out there, this is a shit show. If anybody is selling that is trying to get rid of Donny and Irwin's promises. Well, I don't know what to tell you. If people are doing that may take everybody a little longer, but you guys just keeping the price. Eventually it'll come around because these things are in demand. For some reason, people are buying that shit. I don't know.
Right. I haven't used it, buddy. But anyway, so now tying back to the first sentences or the first conversation that we had I was in that. This Monday, I was in the gym, and I'm like, why isn't this guy setting us a meeting? Because I was looking at this, my store is not being selling, and I'm like, okay, why is my price higher than the other people? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
exactly.
Let me lower the price, man. And I'm like, I cannot lower the price. Let me ask them first, because if I lower the price, they may come back and say
makes sense. That's their job. They're supposed to
that's their job. So I tried to set up this meeting, and it's almost been, I don't know, a week or 10 days, nothing. God. And then this guy Tanvir from Pakistan, he just said, yeah, I'm gonna check with Donny's schedule and get back to you.
Right.
Yeah,
what happened?
2 months. Then on Monday, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just check my Moxo and see if I can do it.
No.
Oh man,
and it was shut down, right? Gone.
Like a win. So you couldn't even log in. I'm like, I'm at the gym, with my BP high now. I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do?
Oh my! So you didn't do anything wrong.
What? Why would I do anything wrong? I'm just
saying, like, they had no reason to just like, all right, we're just going to ignore the guy and we're going to shut the website down, shut Moxo, see you later, fuck you. That's basically what they did to you for no reason.
Exactly. That's basically what they did to me. I'm like,
oh my god,
we were still hopeful, man. There was still small hope in us, right? You know what I mean? Like there was still a small hope. Like
exactly.
It's gonna go right. Because I gave myself almost like 3 to 5 years on this Amazon. You know what I mean? Like because it's something my side hustle, side business. I'm like, okay, let me just take some time, and let's just do it slowly, right? So there was still that amount of hope in it, man. There was still a light in the tunnel.
Same thing. I had the same hope. Yeah.
All of a sudden that Moxo went out. I'm like that light, that small light in the tunnel just went off. I'm like, oh my god, how do I communicate with these guys now? There is no other communication. Not think about this before, man. Once you get Moxo, you're done.
Yeah, and my situation, this happened to me. This is like a month and a half, 2 months now. It's going on. So I've been, preparing all this stuff because I knew, I had an inclination this was going to happen as far back as January when I had that initial call with Irwin, and he fucking rubbed me the wrong way with what he was telling me. And I'm like, all right, now I got to get my ducks in the order. So I made a point of copying every single chat on Moxo from as far back as July of last year. I have every single correspondence on my end. Not many people probably did that. And unfortunately, I knew this was coming. I knew they were going to something was off. And I knew I would have to use this against them because, like, yeah, they could just kick me off at any given time. And I warned them after I sent them my final demand letter of like, I'm terminating this contract. Let's avoid the courts. I don't want to do this. Just pay me back, make me even. I'm not even looking for any profit. I just want to get back what I invested in. And they didn't want to do that. And I gave them every opportunity. And again, Donny and Irwin, especially Irwin's the slime ball. I told him, and they cannot say they weren't warned. I said, if this gets ugly, dude, I am going to really come after you. I'm going to shut you guys down. I literally I avoided threatening them because I wanted to just smooth things over, but they didn't believe me. And now, Irwin, you're fucking seeing that you fucked with the wrong bull. And that's it. And I'm going to keep coming, and I'm going to keep applying this pressure, and I'm going to keep getting interviews. I'm going to keep recording my experience, and I'm going to keep encouraging people to be truthful about their situation. I'm going to continue people to document it, share it, comment. That's where this started. And I'm like, and then he got pissed because I did an initial video, and I didn't even really shit on them. I just said, all right, these guys, there's something going on there. And he saw that. And then I get this letter from him, and I shared it in one of my videos, and I can, share it to anybody who wants. He gave me this bullshit ChatGPT made contract breach thing, and I couldn't stop laughing at it. And it was so ridiculous. Again, flipping the narrative, like they didn't do anything wrong. It's me. I made a disparaging video about them, and that was section 2, the contract breach, and your alias was Jimmy Reese on the YouTube, and that's breached this section. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm rolling my eyes at this point. And if you continue to disparaging us at any point, we're going to come after you legal. And I basically shot back this long thing. I said, then you fucking do it. If you think that I did something wrong, file on me, come after me, because I would love to put this shit in front of a judge, and we'll see who's right. We'll see who's wrong. And I know I'm right. And I can prove it. And then didn't hear anything back. It's just some bullshit thing. I don't even think they have a lawyer, to be honest with you. I really don't. So I talked to the one lawsuit. One guy had the balls to file a lawsuit on them, and it's active. I made a video on it. You guys can look at the public documents. It's free on the internet. I talked to the guy's lawyer, and I asked the lawyer, because I told him my situation. I was thinking, all right, maybe I'll retain this guy. But I said to him, did you send them a demand letter? And he said they did, but they haven't responded to it. So I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right. So they got a court date. Whatever the outcome is going to be of that, I don't know. I'm gonna follow up. It'll be public record. But I bet they're not going to even show up, because they didn't even formally answer the demand letter that this lawyer that was representing this Harvey versus Ecomm Partnerships. He said they didn't even answer it. So they got a court date. So I am so curious what's going to happen with that.
I think they are like already out of country or something, man.
I said that to my wife. My wife said that. I even said that in my video. And so you get, everybody's kind of have to, you're kind of going to have to get your expectations tapered, because there is a chance, and especially with Donny, the dude could go flip, because I think he's Filipino. I don't know if he was born there or what, but there's a chance that you won't see these guys again. And who knows, though? I'm no expert at this, but like you just said, that is a possibility.
Yeah. One more thing that we wanted to make clear, I guess, through your site over here is, hey, we do have Wells Fargo their account information, and if anybody out there has that too, maybe
I don't have that. I don't. So you might want to post that in the Facebook group.
Yeah,
I will do that.
I will post that, man, because they when you wire transfer, they give you account and routing number. So we do have.
Okay, that's good to know. I don't have that, so that probably would be useful. You never know. People want to use that to call. You have enough people call. That's actually a good point. And if everybody's listening out there, like, I know what I did. I didn't go that far, but like, think about that, everybody. Think about that. If enough people call their bank and complain and mention Ecomm Partnerships LLC, same thing with Amazon, wire the money. I can't see how anybody, Wells Fargo would be like, maybe we're dealing with a shitbag fucking client here. Maybe we ought to look into this. So
Mm-hmm.
worth a shot.
Yeah,
Right?
because here's the point. If they opened up a bank, they will have the social security number over there,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Without
They
the
would. They
social
would.
security number, they can open up a bank. If
Yeah.
they are using the social security number, that means there is some record out there.
Yeah.
And with
Yeah.
your social security number, all of their credit cards are tied into it. If they use any of their credit cards anywhere, they can be found.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
So, all right, yeah, Mr.
yeah,
X. I mean, we're approaching an hour here. This is a good call. This is definitely on. We talked about a lot in 55 minutes, and so anything you want to close with, if you could warn someone about Ecomm partnerships, what would you say? And if there's anything else you want to, have on record, I don't know if you can think of
right. So
anything.
at this,
How would you rate these motherfuckers?
there is no rating at all, man. It's not only about this, right? It's about most of the, I would say like 99% out there are like this. Just because the fact that after this happened this whole week, I am like out of focus. So I did call a couple of other these kind of like Amazon sellers out there.
Yeah.
I did call a couple of these kind of like Amazon guys out. Some of them being elite e-commerce hubs. This guy's pitch was better than e-commerce pitch, but at the end I said like, hey, give me five clients, five client info. I'm gonna come to your place and I'm gonna meet you,
Right.
and
Right.
then give me your five distributor. And he said like, yes, we will provide you. He
Oh
did
my
not
God!
provide me.
Really? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
If
did
it's
not provide.
real.
And then the other one was I did call a VV sourcing. Okay, VV sourcing. These guys are all over in my Facebook, man. I don't know why. Like VV
Interesting.
sourcing. What they do is like they actually get you connected to their branded distributors. Okay, and then they have this some kind of, I don't know, some kind of a video where an old guy is praising these guys, and the first thing he said, like, did you watch that video? I'm like, that video is fake. Okay, I don't want to
Hmm.
see somebody else like saying something, because I just came from that, man. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
to watch like some random guys praising them. uh,
Yeah. No, I get it.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that. And he said like, okay, then if you're thinking that's fake, then I asked him like, give me your five clients number right now, because I want to call them and vet you. And then as soon as I said that, and he said like, oh yeah, then you're gonna say my five clients are fake too. Sorry, we cannot help you. And he hung up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
there are
this is
99% out there, man. If you want to do Amazon business by yourself, there is no passive income. You got to be active in this.
exactly well said. And I am glad you said that because, I'm glad you said that. I will add to that real quick that, yeah, when I started seeing these errors and I started seeing like, all right, man, I got to watch this like a hawk. These guys are fucking not. And I told Irwin that I'm like, I don't want to micromanage anyway, but now I got it. I don't trust you. I told Irwin as far back as February, I don't trust you. And then it turned into a full-time thing where I'm like, okay, every day I'm checking the Amazon, I'm checking my reports, I'm going in and I'm seeing where my profit and loss is. I'm paying bills here. I'm checking some ROI. And then it turned into a fucking, oh my God, this is almost every other day, every day, weekly. And I'm like, now it's like, I felt like I was a kindergarten teacher babysitting little kids. I'm like, you fuckers are supposed to be professionals, but now
Nothing
I
over there.
have to, oh my God, I was ready
Yeah,
to, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
hard.
There's nothing over there. So yeah, I think if there is like if you guys are doing Amazon business, Amazon seller account is it's pretty straightforward. The only thing is like the only hassle over here is to find a good distributor, and for
Exactly.
that, I think you have to go out there. Like find your own distributor, man. Don't rely on any of this source. Anything that says like done for you, nobody's gonna do that for you.
Yes, I would agree, man. I've come to the hard conclusion that yeah. So my thoughts on it. I won't touch this stuff again. My seller account's
Yeah,
gone, good
yeah,
riddance. But anybody else out there that's thinking of doing this shit is not for the faint of heart. There's so much that they're not telling you. There's so much to know. There's so many inner working parts here. It's beyond risky and it's beyond competitive because there's so many people doing it.
right.
So you got to know what you're doing. And, I'll look for something else easier. I always like Warren Buffett. He's like, I don't invest in anything where I don't understand the business. If I don't understand the business, I ain't putting money into it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I should
exactly.
just tell myself that. I should have, because I feel like just reaching up and punching myself in the face. I'm like, yeah, why didn't I just do that? Like, yeah, this is too complicated for me. I don't understand it. So anyway, Mr. X, this was
Thank
a
you so
good
much, man.
call, man. Yeah. Like I said, you know, this was just meant to hopefully some people got something out of this, you know, and
yeah,
like I said, it's out there now. I feel better that I'm not the only one, and my story mirrors yours, and I'm guessing you feel the same way, because it's like, now we got something here. Now we got something where we can build off. And I know there's going to be a lot of other people that feel the same way. And I will interview you. Just reach out to me.
You know? Yeah. End of the day is like, we just want justice, right? So
yes.
We just want the justice to be served over here, and maybe make that a lesson.
All right, sir. It's like literally an hour. It's been great talking to you. And Ecomm Partnerships LLC. Keep pressing them. Put maximum pressure on these guys, because the more of you out there, file your reports and use my Excel spreadsheet. Everything you need is in there to get going. Just watch the videos, grab what you can from it, use that spreadsheet, and just know what your options are, because you do have options out there. Okay, guys? All right. We'll talk to you later. Take care.